Right, I want to talk about the new UI. Primarily, what I see as it being a little bit clustered, and we'll get to two parts of this. One, looking at it here for the obvious differences, and what I think is modern and good, and what is not necessarily modern, but more of a cluster. So let's have a look at the new one. The spotted and everything else is fine, has the word spotted, whereas here we have the eye. Here we have the distance to a target directly left of it, and here we have it slightly off at an angle, pointing to distance to that to him. The beauty of this one here, looking at the current UI, is you have your tracking elements on the gradical. So that allows you to lead a target, point at it and go, okay, I need to be that far in front, lock onto that, and away you go. They have in game now an automatic lead system, but not every vehicle has it. This is a bonus to have in a gradical that allows you to judge things and therefore go, okay, I need to offset to there, so you can jump to that particular point and drag like this one here. I think I need to be at that point, so I'll put that point over the target, fire the round, so that this will be in front of the target, fire it, and hopefully he'll drive into that round. So that's how you do lead. Go in the opposite way, you use that one, lay that on the target, fire out there, hopefully he'll drive into that round when it arrives. So that allows you to judge lead, which is a really good thing that isn't available here. There's nothing here. Don't mind the arrowhead for your green. That's really quite good. Don't know why we have this little dotted line around the outside. The circle here is a little bit clearer. That could have been thicker. Would have been really nice. So the distance is down here instead of up there. This tells you when the gun is ready. I know. So everything's ready. Don't know about the 0.41 seconds, but we'll get to that in a minute. This here is your ammunition state, so it tells you you've got 2 rounds loaded, and it's 9.86 seconds to reload a round. Not the whole thing, just 1 round. Over here, current one, the bar's broken in the middle. When you fire the first round, it'll go down to halfway because you've got 2 rounds, so it's 2 of 2, 2 of 2. This here tells you it's 16.43 seconds to reload both rounds. In this particular instance, you fire 1 round in the current model, and it doesn't start reloading that round straight away. In this model, or in this iteration of the CAT TTB or CTTB, this one does. So you fire 1 round, in 9.86 seconds, it will reload that round. Whereas in this one, you have to fire them both, and then it will start reloading. Again, that's fine. It's a much improved system. It's more like an autoloader would actually work instead of having a clip system. I approve of that. I think it's great, but I don't necessarily see the need to have that there. When you fire this gun here, that loses a round, starts showing you your reload time. It repeats it by having a ring go around here, and we'll see it shortly, and it also repeats your reload there and also down here. So we have a ring going around, that's 1, telling you you're reloading 2, telling you you're reloading 3, showing you you're reloading 4. So we have 4 methods of showing us we're reloading. In this particular instance, once you fire a round, you have to fire both before it starts reloading, and this blue bar becomes red, and it shows you reloading with a little timer there. This also shows you your reloading. So you have 1 reloading and a timer, 2 reloading. 2 points showing you reloading, 4 points showing you reloading. Why? I just don't understand that. Okay, here we have smoke. Tells us we have 4 of 4, 16 in total that we can use as reloads, 30 seconds to reload. Here we have 16 and we have 3 reloads, so there's actually 3 of 3 out of our 16. Tells us the reload time for smoke is 60 seconds. This is a bit quicker, so we could fire 1, 30 seconds later we've got it ready to go again. So that's our smoke indicator. This one here is here. We don't have these nice little tubes showing smoke. I'm being sarcastic. I don't think they're necessary as smoke recharges. I just don't see the need for having them as little icons there. It's just kind of ridiculous. Okay, so we have the smoke there, current one, pretty simple, pretty easy. Smoke indicator here, when it's fired, this actually starts as a little red screen going through there, telling us the time for the reloads. It's got a timer there. This one here, it drops it, shows a bar going across in the reload time, and down here it shows another smoke had gone off and a reload time going up and a little bar, same as the ammunition style thing. We'll see that shortly. Well, actually we won't, because I don't fire smoke in the one I've got to show. So that's that. APS, we've got 6 shots of APS over here, okay, times 6, and it's a 30-second reload. Over here we have these nice little triangular things showing us our APS. When you fire one, it shows you straight away 30-second reload, and it gets a bar again showing the timer creeping through the bar, and once it's finished, one of these is grayed out. It shows you 5, so you'll see that shortly. Again, the icons having them there, I don't understand why we have them there. It's unnecessary. But then again, when we have the APS go off, we have an indicator down here, again, times 6. Righto? And times 6. So this one here has an APS indicator here. When that's fired, it climbs up the screen here, showing you time. So all of that is the same. It's still available, but it's visible in your window without having to look there. This is marginal to call it visible in the window. When we zoom in, you'll see that the zoom in has a square marker around there, a little curved square, half square, L shape, L shape, L shape that shows up around this, whereas this is all we have. So the modern UI argument, this is clear, concise, less cluttered, less things going on, everything's sort of broken and separated and directly in your view that you can clearly see what's going on. Here you have to look around. There's stuff happening all the time, stuff going on. It's a little bit of a distraction, wondering why the hell's that there. When your smoke goes off, you have to look down here. Well, you still have to look down and down for smoke and your APS. So, you still know it's going, but it's inside the screen. Here you've got these bars with timers going. I don't know. I think it's too clustered. Right. Hit points. In this particular one, there's your hit points. Okay, the current one, hit points are there, tells you the amount of hit points you have. And when you start losing hit points, that bar goes down till it gets to about here, changes color. Changes color, goes orange, then gets red. So as you know what's happening. Here, you have to look down here for your hit points. So it's not clearly visible that you've been hit. You go, oh shit, I'm pretty sure, because you get the red glow around your screen, I've been hit. Where the hell? How much have I lost? Oh, here's hit on the current one. Oh shit, nothing there. That's your stealth indicator, which is down here on this one. Nope, there it is there. And that bar starts decreasing from that side to that side, and it gradually changes color when you get to about here, changes color again to get red, and then boom, obviously you're dead. So here it's in this part of your screen, clearly in your eye line, clearly you know you've been hit, clearly you know when you have to either use a key or whatever to start repairing your vehicle or the things you need to worry about repairing. The indicator still occurs in your window here, showing you when something is damaged, and the same here shows you when something is damaged on your vehicle appears in this window here. So it still tells you so that you can use your key or your consumables. Down here on this screen, we can see these consumables are quite clear. They're much better than these ones. These are in a little square box. They're the same shape or design. These ones here are a bit smaller. These ones are a bit larger, but this having them just a little blued out is quite nice. I think that's terribly modern. I like that. Ammunition in this particular vein, okay, it's not bad, but this, it's much fresher. A little bit too bold in the line, but it's much fresher. I would have said, why don't they make them blue like that? And to the left of that again, so that's pretty fresh. I like that. And it's a bit better than that. Over here, we've got this, your suspension. Obviously, we talked about smoke, we talked about your APS, and we talked about your E-key. This is to improve your fire ability, as in the gun firing. Over here, we don't have that, but we do have it here. Suspension, this is your smoke, this is your APS, and this is your speed boost. Well, the new vehicle does not have a speed boost. So that's gone, but you've still got an E option. Around here, you've got all of your damaged modules as they occur to your vehicle. And you've got the same here. You've got key element damage modules occurring to your vehicle and the rest of them over here as they occur. So there's all various things that show up. So when your APS gets taken out, this goes yellow. When a particular site gets taken out, these go yellow. Tracks go yellow here. You also get an indicator here. Same with this one, you get an indicator that shows you when something's gone down. Right, so this here, the blue model here of your vehicle, which goes yellow and orange and red when things are taken out, that's the same as that, but I prefer this one because it's clearer. This is too bold, gets sort of washed out in your eye line. This absolutely grabs your attention and it's much prettier. It's more modern than this one. Okay, over here we have the commander, the driver, the gunner. They're the people shown in there. Well, we've changed that. We've now put the commander, the gunner, the driver. Sequences showing them, don't really care. They're a bit bolder, but again, inconsequential. It does look a bit better. Your direction is shown around here by a compass dial. That's a bit more modern. Don't mind that. I'm not sure what these mean, the F and the R, because here we've got stealth. We've also got your speed, and your speed is indicated in here as well, so that's fine. This is your stealth, and it shows you how much percentage of stealth you've got. Quite clearly, it's red at the moment because I'm not stealthy and I'm totally spotted by everything. When you do have a stealthy vehicle, that changes to blue, and in some instances it goes to green when you've got quite stealthy. So that's different to this one, but it's not bad, and it's a little bit of an improvement. Don't mind that. The layout of this I thought was really quite good. The layout of this, I don't see the need for a change. These small icons going around here could have been these ones here made smaller and just continue the whole theme around that. We've got a shitload over here. We've got very few over here. Maybe these are your primary ones like your turret ring, your track, your engine, and your fuel's bin here. It's a little bit different to this. Your ammo rack's not shown. Like sometimes the ammo rack would be more important to see, but it is shown over here. So the usual things are still there. These here are your commander skills that generally get activated as you first start up. They're shown in this screen. You also get a notification in this one. You get a notification telling you that a skill is activated. But in this particular instance, they're shown here on this one, whereas on the new one, they're shown to the right. So when they're active, I believe they grey out, so they disappear from the screen. That means it's been activated. That's the, I think it's like fast firing or unstoppable fire or something, and this one here is your quick acceleration. So they're your commander skills. So those are the skills as they stand right now. Let's have a look at what it looks like when you're actually firing and doing things. Okay, now we've switched over to when it's firing. And now you can quite clearly see that it gets a little bit more clustered. In this instance, we've fired both of our rounds, so we're reloading. It's telling us there we've got this little bar, as I told you before, that appears around there, and it just gradually increases until it gets all the way around. It tells us we're reloading here. It tells us we're reloading here, and it tells us we're reloading here. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 reloads. Let's look at the current one. Both rounds have been fired, and it shows us we're reloading both rounds. This red bar goes up. In this particular instance, the improvement in the game operation, this one will take 8.04 seconds and you will have one round ready to go. The second one will be continuing to load, but you'll be able to fire. In this particular instance, you'll wait until you get both rounds up before you can fire again. So you've got to wait for both your rounds to come up before you can actually fire. Again, you can see over here that I haven't fired any smoke, but my APS has been deployed and it's showing me that the deployment of my APS, and it's reloading my APS. It's nearly up. Over here, APS has been deployed and it's reloading my APS, telling me I've got 20.8 seconds. If I look down here, I can see it down here as well if I really want to know, but it's inside the window and it's really clear. Here I'm looking at a target. Here is where it is on the current model, but now I have to glance a little bit further down to see when my APS is likely to be up. That's not necessarily that big a deal, but it's a bit of a cluster in the screen. I haven't taken any damage, so my hit points aren't down in this particular instance, but on this one, I have taken damage. So you can see my damage is shown here. So I know I'm damaged. I know I've taken a hit. And down here, I can see the net result of the damage to my vehicle. This one here, I haven't taken any, so there's no damage shown. But again, I'd have to look down here to see my damage. Here I've got 2 indicators. Here I've got 1. This one. So personally, you can say it's modern. I think it's a bit too clustered. It's way too busy. This one here could be sharpened up, could have been sharpened up to deal with the modern issue, but that's how I see it. A lot of elements in it are really quite nice. This one here is very nice. Some of these down here, don't see them as being necessary. See them as being a cluster. Ammunition's good. Don't know why we moved them out of here. Don't know why we took a really sharp, bright, clearly defined vehicle and made it so bold that it looks sort of washed out and unclear. I prefer this, especially when it's damaged. It becomes really quite clear. This one, when you've taken damage like tracking, etc., becomes just washed out and it's not as sharp. I prefer a clean, sharp lines to this. So not modern, modern. Not modern, modern, happy. Change for the sake of change. Everything that's here, you could have changed that. Not modern, just a cluster. Quite succinct, clear in your eye. Here you've got one thing, now you're looking at a million things. So yeah, I don't know. It's my opinion and that's how I see it.